Once there was a merchant named Reuben who had a parrot. The parrot's name was Tito, and he was a large green bird with a red beak and an excellent memory. In 3 years of living in Reuben's shop, Tito had learned to say 17 things. He could say good morning, good afternoon, what a beautiful day, the prices are very fair, this is the finest cloth in Mexico, come in, you will not find better anywhere, and several other things that were useful in a shop. He could also say one thing that was not useful at all. Reuben had a habit, when he was alone in the shop at the end of the day, of talking to himself about his customers. He talked about who had paid and who had not, who had argued about prices, who had tried to return something that was clearly their own fault. He talked, and Tito listened, and after a while Tito began to repeat things, the way parrots do, at the most inconvenient moments possible. Reuben did not notice this was happening until it was too late. It was too late on the morning that Senora Castillo came into the shop to buy material for her daughter's wedding dress. She was the wife of the mayor, and she bought a great deal of cloth, and she was an important customer. Reuben greeted her warmly and showed her his finest materials. While Senora Castillo was looking at a beautiful white silk, Tito said clearly, from his perch in the corner, Senora Castillo always wants the best price for the worst material. Senora Castillo stopped looking at the silk. She turned and looked at the parrot. She turned and looked at Reuben. Reuben looked at Tito. Tito looked back at Reuben with the calm eyes of a bird who does not understand why everyone has stopped moving. I am so sorry, said Reuben. He repeats things he hears in the street. He does not know what he is saying. Senora Castillo looked at the parrot for another long moment. Then she put down the white silk and walked out of the shop. Reuben stood in the middle of his shop. He looked at Tito. You, he said. Come in, said Tito pleasantly. That evening, Reuben thought about what to do with a parrot who had ruined his best customer. He thought about selling Tito. He thought about giving Tito away. He thought about moving Tito to the back room, where customers could not hear him. Then he thought about what Tito might say from the back room, and decided this was worse. He went to bed without solving the problem. The next morning, Senor Vega came into the shop. Senor Vega was a large, quiet man who bought cloth for his tailor business every month. He was looking at a dark blue wool when Tito said, Senor Vega always checks every piece 3 times and then buys the first one anyway. Senor Vega looked at the parrot. Then he looked at Reuben. Then, very slowly, he smiled. That is true, he said. I do always buy the first one. He bought the dark blue wool, which was the first piece he had looked at, and left. Reuben looked at Tito again. You are lucky, he said. This is the finest cloth in Mexico, said Tito. A week passed. Reuben moved Tito's perch to the side of the shop, where he was less visible. This did not make Tito less audible. On Tuesday, Tito told a woman named Doña Flores that she always brought back things that were her own fault. On Wednesday, he told a young man that he always wanted the expensive material, and then bought the cheap one and pretended it was his choice. The young man laughed. Doña Flores did not. Reuben began keeping a cloth over Tito's cage when customers came in. Tito did not like the cloth. He made his feelings about the cloth very clear. The sounds he made under the cloth were not better than the things he said outside it. One afternoon, Reuben's friend Marcos came to visit. Marcos sat down and listened to Reuben explain the problem of the parrot. He looked at Tito. Tito looked at him. The problem, said Marcos, is not the parrot. The parrot told Senora Castillo that she always wants the best price for the worst material, said Reuben. Yes, said Marcus. And is that true? Reuben was quiet. The parrot, said Marcus, only says what you said first. He is not making anything up. Reuben looked at Tito. Tito said, What a beautiful day. So what do I do, said Reuben. Stop saying things about your customers when you are alone in the shop, said Marcos. I am not alone, said Reuben. I have Tito. Exactly, said Marcos. He finished his coffee and left. Reuben sat in the empty shop. Outside the afternoon was going on without him. He could hear the market sounds through the open door, people talking and selling and buying. The normal sounds of a normal day. He looked at Tito. What do you think? He said. The prices are very fair, said Tito. Reuben thought about Senora Castillo and the white silk. He thought about all the evenings he had spent talking to himself in the shop, saying whatever came into his head about whoever had come through the door that day. He had not thought of it as anything. Just talking. Just the end of the day. He went to find Senora Castillo. She was not happy to see him. He could tell this from the way she looked at him when she opened her door, which was the way a person looks at a puddle they have stepped in. Senora, he said, I want to apologize. The parrot said something that was unkind, and I am sorry. The parrot, said Senora Castillo, said something that you said first. Yes, said Reuben. She looked at him. He stood at her door with his hat in his hands, which is the correct way to stand at someone's door when you have come to apologize. My daughter's wedding is in 3 weeks, said Senora Castillo. Yes, said Reuben. I still need the white silk. I will give you the best price, said Reuben. A fair price, not a price I will complain about later. Senora Castillo looked at him for a long moment. Then she put on her coat and came with him to the shop. Tito was on his perch when they came in. Senora Castillo looked at the parrot. The parrot looked at Senora Castillo. Good afternoon, said Tito. Good afternoon, said Senora Castillo, to the parrot, in a tone that suggested she had not entirely forgiven either of them, but was willing to buy silk. She bought the white silk at a fair price. She also bought a yellow ribbon and some blue thread, because Reuben's shop really did have the finest materials. And she had always known this, which was exactly why she had always tried to pay less. After she left, Reuben stood in the shop feeling considerably better than he had in 2 weeks. Good afternoon, said Tito. Good afternoon, said Reuben. From that evening on, Reuben stopped talking to himself about his customers at the end of the day. It was a hard habit to break. Sometimes he opened his mouth and then closed it and looked at Tito, and Tito looked back at him, and that was enough. His customers noticed, over the following months, that Reuben seemed to have become a more pleasant man. They could not say exactly what had changed. He was still the same Reuben. He still sold the same cloth, but he seemed, somehow, to have less to say at the end of the day, and Tito, for his part, went back to saying the 17 useful things, which was more than enough for one parrot.